Hi YouTube, it's Nikki with Our Simple Life, and today we are adding to our garden space. We're building new beds, and I'm just going to walk you through the process of doing that. I understand that there is more shade in the garden right here than in the rest of the garden, but I'm doing that on purpose. During the summer, the sun sets a little higher, so more of the garden bed will get more sun than what we're seeing now. But I also want a shady spot so that I can grow more lettuces and shady type vegetables during the summer months, and they won't go to seed so fast. So I'll be planting lettuces and greens, maybe some strawberries on the shade spots of the beds. So what we're gonna do is we went to our local lumber yard and we bought some milled lumber. So it's not treated with any chemicals, it's just rough cut wood. And so it is a bit cheaper that way, but for the purposes that I want to use it for, I don't want any chemicals in my food. So that's why we decided to go this route. So what we're gonna do is cut two shorter pieces for the end pieces. These happen to be 36 inches. Some of my beds I've done 40 inches, and those are just gonna be the end caps. And then on the long sides, we've done a 10-foot bed or 12-foot bed right here behind me. And then we did a 10-foot bed over to match the other two that we did in the fall. And we're gonna be doing a 7-foot bed on around the fence so that tomatoes and peas and beans can have something to climb on. So we'll get to it. Well, we got 3 garden beds added for the season. I'm going to be adding dirt to them this afternoon. My dad has used his dump truck to go pick up a load of potting mix for raised garden beds, and we'll be loading those up today. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be building some more flower beds so that we can add flowers around the borders of the house. So the purpose to adding to this little garden bed, it's not necessarily to keep anything out. I understand that it's flimsy and things can still get to my crop within this bed. The point was to keep the raspberry bushes, the raspberry brambles from touching the ground. And this is just a support to keep them lifted so that everywhere that the raspberry brambles touch, there's going to be a new vine. And while I do want it to expand, I also don't want it to take over and start touching the ground outside of the bed and spread from there. So I just want to keep it contained within this bed, and this little fence is going to allow me to do that. Well, I worked until well after dark getting the dirt put into our new garden beds. So we have our 14-foot bed here, a 7-foot bed right here with the fence so that our climbing produce can have the fence to grow on. And then we have a 10-foot bed back here that we added. So adding 3 new beds and the cover around our raspberry bed. And I also want to do a cinder block bed right about here. And do a strawberry bed that's just designated to strawberries. So we'll get that wrapped up soon. Thank you for joining me in adding new garden space to my garden. I hope that you'll continue to stick with us and see the progress in the garden this year. We're going to also be working on adding our chicken coop and chicken pen in the next several weeks to a month or two. So we'll have plenty of new projects going on. I hope you join us. Hit that thumbs up button if you liked this video, and hit that subscribe button to stick around and follow along with us in this season of growing our homestead. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in the garden today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.